Welcome everyone to pre-market prep at the close. Spencer Israel, Joy Elconin with you in what has been a pretty eventful Monday. We saw a lot of follow through in the stocks we discussed on this show this morning. The tech trade is hot today, specifically if you're a tech stock and you report earnings this week. Zoom, Slack, both hot today. Both report earnings later on. DocuSign as well. All three of those names hot today. Joel, give us a quick recap on what happened in the markets today.
Oh, wow. So it's the Spencer Israel 3:40 p.m. sell program just kicked in. We just drifted higher all day and we got to 30.59. I was thinking of using 30.65.50. That's Thursday's high. That's the high of the rebound. I was thinking of leaning on that as a target on the long side. But Chicken Little here, I just did not want to wait for things to get that far. As it turns out, we just got over the after hours high from from Friday at 58 and a quarter. Oh, I just noticed that now. And we're selling off here going into the close, still up 9 handles. So still a good day. For the most part, the old guard, the tech is leading us higher. Only Mr. Softy is in the red here by $1.27. The rest of the big boys, Apple, Amazon, Google, and Facebook, all in the red here. Just by 1% to 2.5% for the Facebook. And let's talk about. I think this is a short squeeze in earning ahead of earnings for some of these plays. Spencer, what do you think?
Yeah, it could be. I don't think the short interest in stocks like Zoom and Slack is as high as it is in a stock like Space, Virgin Galactic, because that also went up today. But
Right.
I would imagine here, let's see if I can find the short
I
interest
still think
on.
it's psychological though, too. I mean, even if there's not a large short
Yeah,
interest,
yeah.
someone's sitting out there and 5, 10,000 short, some player or whatever. And people that are, short the puts. I mean, there has to be some out there along those lines. And I think that can be a factor. I don't think you always need to have like a huge short interest
Yeah.
in order to have a short squeeze. But
Probably not.
let's
You're
go.
right. You're
Yep.
definitely right. But the work from home trade is due to report this week. You got Zoom, you got Slack, and you got DocuSign. And so let's go through all these one by one here. We'll start with Zoom. All-time highs today. What more can you say about it?
Zoom is zooming today. I always go ZOOM like other novice people out there. I mean, what a 3-day run for this stock. Nice, actually a 4-day run and just going. Let's see, momentum is going, volume is going. You had a 2-point update on 6 million. The bots and the momentum traders got involved on Friday, up $16 on 15 million. And now it's the everybody trade up another. What are we up? 23.5 bucks, 22 million shares. I love the product. Even I can work the product. So it's easy to use. The stay at home alternative for work and everything is really cut, in people's minds. And, there's also a little bit of social unrest here. So I
All
think
right,
you
Joel,
just,
fair to say that Zoom will be back at like 180 in like a week, or no? Not fair to say that.
I don't know, Spencer. I mean, it could be a 280. I mean,
I guess you're right. I guess
I'm
you're right.
done. I'm done fading these moves in these stocks, man. Yeah, look at stock hands. He played Z-scaler on the follow through. What's that, in triple digits now? Look at that. It was up. It went up so much on Thursday it could, or on Friday. You didn't think it'd go any higher. And look what it did.
Yeah,
Stock hands, you're gonna have to teach me how to play those stocks because for me, it's like hands on. I just like they can't go up. They can't go up. They can't go up, and they just keep going up. So, 280, a little bit of an exaggeration here, but a lot of momentum going, and we'll see how the report is. It'll move around, but Tesla about to hit 900 bucks, so that will probably do that before the end of the session. Broke out of the that trading range since earnings. Current high 898.24.
wow.
So we mentioned Zoom on the go. Work. I got to keep this stock. had all those problems at 30, and then someone stepped in again at 32, and they got mopped up like real quickly. And now they're saying it's $37, 37.08. Not quite. I say next target, why not hold out for 38.44? That was your July high, and then right off the IPO, $42. That was the all-time high. So we'll see how that is.
Oh, we're getting back to IPO levels here. Wow.
Yep. Yep.
Right. Yeah, Slack is one that I played about a month and a half ago, but
So
yeah.
much for Microsoft Team and and Facebook integration. I mean, I don't know. Zoom really
It's all the same trade. Like this isn't based on anything. It's all this. It's the earnings. It's the pre-earnings run trade. And DocuSign, same thing. We can pull up DOCU.
Okay.
It's the same thing.
I've used that before. Very easy.
It's super easy to use. Super easy to use.
Yeah. Ooh, man, this thing is gripping and ripping up 720. Don't know what to say about these stocks, folks. I mean, 2-day runs. I mean, if you got them, hold on to them, and don't short them or don't short them yet, because these things look like rocket ships. And then I'm looking at this DocuSign here, and this is pretty good. You pull up your monthly. How many months in a row has this thing rallied? Man, oh man, oh man. This has had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10th month in a row. This thing has been higher in the month. So we'll see if, it's still early in June. So I can nine in a day for DocuSign.
So just to get on everyone's radar, Zoom reports tomorrow after the close. Slack and DocuSign are Thursday after the close, and those are going to be the big reports. There's also a couple on Wednesday. Cloudera is interesting, but
how is old Cloudera doing?
I don't know. I haven't looked at that one for a while, but Zoom, DocuSign, Slack, sort of the big three, and this trade is hot this week. So what does CLDR do? It's rallying.
You think with the whole cloud thing and the cloud name that it'd be doing a lot better, but I guess
I don't know. I don't know enough about the company to really comment. But
all right, S&P's just took another little leg down here, trying to close above 30.50. We haven't done that since early March, losing a little momentum. In order to post a new high close of the rebound, we got to be above 30.42. With 13 minutes to go, I don't want to make any promises.
All right, some of the stocks we discussed this morning, Joel, faded throughout the show and continued to fade at the open here. Specifically, Space SPCE. That trade lasted for like all of a couple hours, and it was over.
Yeah, they hit $20 in the pre-market. People got a little bit excited. You look at the open at 1836 open. So anybody that was playing that at the open, they had a little bit of room when it went to 1870. But as we talk about on those kind of trades, when you're buying stuff off the open, you get that opening burst. When it comes back down through the open, you got to hit the exit button. So that hook took it down another $1. We talked about getting into part of Friday's range. 17.19 was the high from yesterday. Friday being that 17.26. So not quite a gap fill here. Going on to dailies, didn't have anything for you at 1870.
What about Gilead here? This one just sort of settled in as we were on the show and just kind of hung out.
How many times can you rally off the Remdesivir? Is that how
you say it? I'll give it to you, but that was not close. That was not close. Remdesivir.
Remdesivir?
Yeah.
I got it that time. I mean, the stock rallied so many times off that headline, and each time it just went lower and, had a higher or lower and lower high. So same thing today. Never even saw the close in this one. I did talk about that. No, 74. Got a little bit through Thursday or Friday's low, not by much. I think I might wait until under 73 here. That's what I mentioned on the show this morning. Yeah, about 5-6 lows at the end of May, under $73. So I think I'll wait for that 72.60 level here, 72.50, 72.60 before I start looking at look at Gilead on the long side.
What else did we discuss on today's show? We talked about Walmart and Target. Walmart did leak at the open, but just bounced and came back right to Thursday's or Friday's close, right back to it.
Yeah, that's well, Walmart is that's been tailing off since earnings, and then the news was not good overnight. I mean, this has had a really rough time since earnings. So if you've been in this thing since earnings and you're like, oh my, I should have sold it at 130 and it did get down, 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 down. You did make a higher low. You did do that on Thursday, but you ended up taking that out. I like 122 here. I like that area. 121.93, you're low on Friday. 122.36 today. You're $2 off that low. Maybe Walmart has found a post-earnings bottom and it's going to work its way back up through that, a lot of territory it lost there after that earnings. I think I went to 131 or so.
Hey, Joe, I'm not sure if you saw this headline from today that we had an article about this on Benzinga, but the Jets ETF is diversifying. They are rebalancing and they're going to lower their allocations to the big four airlines. So right now, Southwest American, Delta, and United make up about 42% of Jets, and they're going to lower that weighting. So they're going to diversify into some smaller regional airlines. And
Why not? Why not change on the fly?
what else can
Literally.
they do? What else can they do? But Jets has been hot.
Yeah, it has been. The airlines, the old recovery trade. I'm looking at
Yeah.
Jets here, getting off the mat. 1660. It's a good day. It's been up a day, down a day, up a day, down a day. I think what you really got, if you're looking for a clean breakout here, that the initial wicked rebound took this to 1805 off that March low. But if you're looking for a little closer of an entry point, I'd be looking at 1663 or 1660. That was your high from last week. Didn't even quite get there today. So I'm going to throw out that 18 high. I'll use that 1660 as major resistance.
Let's get to some tickers here from the chat. Andrew H, we already covered space. I don't know if Joe
It's
gave.
leaking. I just don't. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
know if the space trade is over.
I don't.
You had
Yeah.
that pop, fell through the open. I guess you really, if you really want to see it hold this 1720 level tomorrow, Thursday's high 17 and a quarter, Friday's high 1719, today's low 1726, close enough for a gap fill. So you might get another shot here at the 18 handle, but not running like old Tesla.
Hey, what about Zynga here?
Zynga, we talked about that with Mr. Pachter. Got into double digits for the first time and who knows how long. Sold off, couldn't quite get the gap fill that I was looking for at 919. Only got the 926 and turned it around. So they like the deal so far. So I keep an eye. I'll go 920. If you're looking at a little swing trade, risking 30, 40 cents and hoping it can pop over 10 tomorrow.
Aramis is asking for your thoughts on Simon Property Group. There's a big real estate conference starting tomorrow. The National Association of REITs has their conference tomorrow through Thursday, I think. It's a few days. It's one of the bigger events on the REIT calendar if you follow the space. But let's look at SPG here.
Man, these stocks. I mean, Aramis, what's the long-term trend in SPG? What has been the trend since the COVID crisis?
How do you know maybe he's just looking for a short-term trade? I don't know.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I'm being hard on you.
Well, why are you being so? Come on.
Because it's a horrible looking chart. I mean, is it due for a pop? Yeah, but it's been due for a pop since the middle of 2016. I just fundamentally, I have problem with malls and Amazon and COVID and now riots. I mean, I just don't know. I just can't. Malls are going to be turned into something else eventually, right? They're losing all these department stores. They got people aren't paying rent. People aren't going there. They're not open. I'm bearish. I'm bearish malls, and this is nothing new, Spencer. I've been bearish the malls for a long time. Maybe when the malls open, they'll pop. right, Aramis? But I mean, if you're looking for a couple bucks out of it, then trade it that way. I just can't really I don't have a good feel for it, technically or fundamentally.
All right, we
Yeah.
didn't. I don't think we were able to discuss Pfizer too much on the show today, but they did have news Friday after the close. They released some data for their breast cancer drug, and the study was not encouraging,
No, no.
and that was the reason for the
Yeah.
drop here.
I think I was like half right, half right, half wrong on this one. The half right was I didn't think it would get to the pre-market low, which it didn't. The half wrong, well, I wasn't really sure. It was over 36 bucks, how low it would go. So maybe wait for a double bottom here to, a day or two if you're looking for a swing trade on this one. The low today, 34.91. On the dailies, I see a low at 35, 37. So if it holds that low tomorrow and just kind of meanders for a day or two, maybe the selling is done in it for now. But I don't know. People are relying on this drug pretty, seems like in a big way. Big volume too on a down day. Certainly not what you want to see if you're owner of Pfizer.
All right, 3:56 here, Joel. A few minutes left here in today's session. Any big action? No, it's really, this has been one of the quieter days, one of the quieter
Interday range,
minutes.
30 some interday range. Market bigger range from overnight, right? So you had the that dip to 3008. I think someone mentioned this earlier that Michigan is due to reopening earlier, so that's good, right?
It's so crazy because at the same time as the states are reopening, now we're getting curfews. New York City is a curfew now. A lot of major cities have curfews as a result of these protests happening around the country. Which is, God, the timing is just so
I
bad.
know.
Like the timing couldn't be. And it's nobody's. It's no one's fault, but it's just like right where we're getting the reopening.
I know. I mean, it's like no one's even talking about that the pandemic. I mean, right. I mean, it's a bad situation,
just when we get a glimmer of hope that it's summer, the weather's nice, we're gonna reopen all of our stores and all of our restaurants, and
I just want to be like I want to be like what was her name in can't believe it's like the oldest the Wizard of Oz, right? What was her name? Dorothy. Just want to like click my heels and be back in Kansas,
Yeah.
But Julie Garland, right? Played Dorothy. But that's that will eventually things will come to pass here. I guarantee you. This is just a lot of negative things going on, and they all they're all just happening at the same time, unfortunately.
Yep. Okay, let's do one more here. Let's take a look at Alibaba.
We were
asked about this one in the chat by Blair Fleming. So Blair, here is your Alibaba chart. Ooh. And actually, Joe, before we get to this, did you read? I don't know if you read the Journal on weekends, but the Wall Street Journal had a really good article about Luckin Coffee and sort of what happened there, and how they did what they did, and essentially what the scheme was is they gave away coupons to companies affiliated with the CEO, and then circulated those coupons and created this whole like web of like fake transactions from the coupons and the redemptions, and this whole web of fake customers that weren't real on fake transactions as stemming from these coupons they were just giving out and then redeeming it. It was a whole thing. Great read if you haven't read it already.
Yeah, I mean, with a little, China fighting back a little bit over the weekend, right? Threatening not to buy some U.S. farm goods of the quality company. Of all the China issues is
definitely
Alibaba
the best.
Yeah. This is a tough one here for Blair because you had that big old volume on the end of the month, right? On Friday, and had a great day. Added almost $10. And on big volume. Now, it didn't get through yesterday's high, 207.88. So you want to follow through that. Today's high, 207.20. Really didn't give in. Kind of a quiet day, inside day here. I'm 204, 208. Play it out that way. Low volume day in Alibaba. Selling off here into the close. Spencer, you want to wrap things up?
Yep, let's wrap it up. On tomorrow's show, we will be joined by Nick Shaheen, author of Create Income with Option Spreads. Please remember that all the information from our broadcast is meant to be used as informational purposes, not for investing or trading advice. Everyone have a great rest of your Monday. We'll be back with you tomorrow.
Hey, Spencer.